So today, Chris Ballard has stated that Kenny Moore and Ryan Kelly will not be traded. They will stay here for the 2023 NFL season. And this is fantastic news because the Colts already have a few needs they need to fill, including the most important position, quarterback. We all know that one. But, slot cornerback would have opened up, and the center would have opened up. And even though Kenny Moore and Ryan Kelly both had down years, they weren't great years by either player by any means, but hopefully they can rejuvenate. Hopefully, after this offseason, they get a chance to sit back, look what they did, and they get back into training camp and they work their butts off, and they come back to what they were. So Ryan Kelly is, in the beginning of his career, he was a pretty dominant player. Pretty dominant in the trenches, especially in the run game. Passing game was a little bit of a different story. Passing game was just very inconsistent, but the run protection was very good. He has had injury issues. He is getting older. He's 29 years old, even though, offensive linemen, as we see with Jason Kelce and some other guys, they really play on to their mid and late 30s. They can, but will Ryan Kelly do that? I'm not sure, especially with the extensive injury history. He has had some pretty serious injuries over the last couple of years. Even in the beginning of his career, we lost him to, I believe it was an ACL he had. So Ryan Kelly getting older, I'm okay with keeping him for one more year. Maybe he bounces back, and with the offensive line coach we have, someone named Junior, towards the end of it. I don't on the top of my head, but he has a lot of passion. He's going to get in the players' faces, and he's going to make sure that they play hard, and I think Ryan Kelly can really use that. I think Ryan Kelly and this offensive line and this team in general is really going to benefit from that, but hopefully Ryan Kelly as well. Hopefully they get Quentin Nelson back to his nasty form. Just the entire offensive line, really. The entire offensive line had a down year, but that would just open up another need that would be unnecessary because, you already have right guard as a need. You're not sure about left tackle right now, Bernard Ryman. You would like to push someone over there. Would like to sign a veteran to push him. Maybe draft the guy later, and then, in day 3, maybe you. And then for right guard, maybe you sign a veteran like, someone older, and then or maybe draft someone in day 3 for that one as well. But I want you guys to let me know what you think about that situation. Then you have Kenny Moore. So Kenny Moore had a bit of a down year. He is inconsistent at times, but he has a huge playmaking ability. He is an aggressive player, and he may be 5'9", but he plays like he's 6'2". He has the attitude of a bulldog. He is an incredible player in that slot, and it would be very difficult to replace his presence. Sometimes, I'm even going to blame myself on this. Sometimes you don't realize what you have until it's gone, man. Ryan Kelly, it's hard to find a average center. It's hard to find a good center that can play some good ball. Centers are in high demand right now, and guards are a little different, but no, I don't know why I just talked about guard. I meant, slot cornerback. It's not an easy position to find. It's not an easy position to play. And Kenny Moore plays it phenomenally. He has great leadership. Now, he does want a lot of money for just playing the slot, but, nonetheless, when that comes, we're going to worry about it. So I want you guys to let me know what you think. I'm really happy that both of these players are coming back. Hopefully Kenny Moore can, have a comeback year. Like I said, like we've said and like we've seen, both of these guys had a down year. So all of us were, especially at the end of the season, in the middle of the season, really, we were all really emotionally, we were really strong with our emotions. Now we've kind of calmed down. You look at the situation and you evaluate the player from a standpoint without your emotions. Sometimes it changes things a little bit. Sometimes your emotions may fool you, they deceive you. So when you take a step back, give it a minute, let your emotions calm down, and go take an unbiased look at a situation, maybe a little bit of tape, some numbers. You may surprise yourself when you take your emotions out of the playbook. But you guys let me know what you think. You excited these two guys are coming back? Do you think how about the Lamar Jackson rumors? Chris Ballard coming out and saying, he's a special player. Chris Ballard's never really revealing, and when I was on Bring the Juice, Cody and another dude were talking about that, it could be a smoke screen, and I could believe it because Chris Ballard is really not the type to release information to be transparent with his thoughts. Sometimes, usually he's transparent with vague thoughts, but usually, he's never giving anything away about his intentions, about a roster move, a player that they may trade for, rumors, speculation. Never really gives his insights on that, in depth and specifically. Kind of did that with Lamar Jackson. Is he just being aggressive and realizing that, he's on the hot seat and he's almost done, and he's one bad season away from packing his bags and leaving Indianapolis. I feel like that Chris Ballard, you give him the shot, you give him the chance to develop and build around a young quarterback, or, you trade Lamar Jackson. I'm not really too all for, because you got to pay him a lot of money, you have to give him a lot of compensation, and, the recent injury history, and, in late season, the way he runs, can his body hold up? We've seen players that are mobile like Cam Newton, really their careers are just shortened because of the amount that their body goes through. Cam Newton really had some injury issues, and Lamar is already having some injury issues. So is there something to take away from that? Is that scary? Should Chris Ballard take that shot? Now, considering Chris Ballard is looking for an option that is going to keep his job, maybe Lamar would be the best option. But, trading all that money, you're already investing so much money into the offensive line, and then on top of that, a fifth of your cap to the quarterback. It can be very difficult to keep the rest of the team intact and really build around and fill some of those other needs. It's either you're not going to have the money, you're not going to have the resources, because let's not act like the Colts are just a quarterback away anymore. That's just not what it is anymore. The Colts aren't just a quarterback away. The Colts need, a right guard. They need to figure out the offensive line. Is it really an issue? Is it going to get figured out this offseason? Was it just a fluky year? Maybe they need another weapon. You do have Pittman, you do have Pierce. Pittman had a weird year last year. I like Pittman, but he's got to bounce back. Pierce is kind of not proven yet. He had some good flashes. He did sign Isaiah McKenzie. I really like Isaiah McKenzie. I think that is a very interesting move by Chris Ballard. But, you look at Jelani Woods. He is a fun option. I've been saying, ever since we had him, and then especially, the rumors with Lamar Jackson. You give Lamar Jackson the kind of weapon like Jelani Woods, his athleticism, his, with how big he is. He's a really exciting player to pair with Lamar Jackson, and, JTU add on all these other factors. But Jelani Woods would be an incredible weapon. That's not, I don't think tight end is a need whatsoever. We're kind of talking about needs. I kind of drifted off into tight ends, which we really don't need. But back to the needs where, you need a right guard. You're not sure about left tackle. And, you're not sure about weapons. If you may need another one outside of tight ends and running backs. I think Pittman's fine. We just have to see him bounce back. He's capable. He's more than capable of being number one. He's just got to come back harder this year. He's got to come back stronger. And, maybe, especially after trading Stephon Gilmore. Cornerback is a bit of, I do like Isaiah Rodgers, but you still need another guy, on the other side of him. Good thing, it brings us back to the Kenny Moore situation. Good thing we're bringing him back because, that would just open up another need. Safeties, I'm fine with the safeties. I don't have any problem with the safeties. Linebackers, I think we're fine losing Bobby O. Definitely is a downgrade to EJ Speed, for the foreseeable future. Even though EJ Speed has shown a lot of promise, I think EJ Speed is a very fun, he could be a very good player for this Indianapolis Colts team. He's a bit undersized for a linebacker, but as we've seen, that doesn't really matter. It's not the size of the dog. It's not the bark of the dog. It's the fight in the dog. And EJ Speed, Kenny Moore, those guys, basically, the majority of the guys in this Colts roster, that's how their brain is wired, and those are the guys that Chris Ballard likes, and Shane Steichen is going to love using as well. Now, other needs, I still think you're going to need an edge rusher. I do like Kwity Paye, do like Buckner, do like Stewart, but, honestly, I do like the signing of Samson Ebukam, but you still need a depth guy, and we did sign Taven Bryan on the inside for more rotational, but yeah, you have Samson Ebukam is a rotational guy. Yeah, Taven Bryan's a rotational guy. Kwity Paye came on strong last year. I want to see him take a step up in pass rushing, not touch the run game. But those are some other needs that you don't want to trade. It brings us back to the point where you don't want to keep on. You don't want to trade Ryan Kelly and Kenny Moore. Those are some valuable assets that you kind of just need to hold on for now and play it out. So I want you guys to let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, subscribe, Put the post notification bell on so you do not miss any future videos. If you enjoy this video, do all that stuff. I promise you won't regret it. This is a place for you, man. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. Catch you guys on the next one.